Well, hello out there in YouTube and Google Plus land. You know, this just goes to show you, you can't believe all the rumors you hear out there. I'm still alive. And I've got something to talk about here in a minute, and I got something I want to show you. Actually, quite a few things I want to show you, so hopefully you'll stick around and watch and see what's going on. See you in a minute. Hello out there, subscribers and friends. This is Surviving 2 coming at you with another video. Well, I'm glad you stuck around to watch this because I've got quite a few things to talk about and some stuff to show you. So let's get right to it. First off, I'm planning on doing a camping trip here pretty soon, and I was talking to one of my buddies about it, and he said that, you know, he would like to try and do something, plan something for when we go to be doing. And I kind of like asked him, well, what would you like to do? And he's, you know, talking about doing a bunch of different bushcraft things, and he kind of struck on fire. And I said, well, have you ever done flint and fire steel and done a char cloth with it? And he said, no, not really. I said, well, why don't we do that? He's great. So my next question was, well, do you have any flint? He said, no. And I was like, okay. Now we got to try and find some flint. So I kind of told him, I said, well, we can go to shopping centers. A lot of shopping centers have the center islands where the cars park and stuff like that, and they take them and they put river rock in there to cut down on the amount of maintenance they have to perform in the shopping centers. No mowing, stuff like that. And normally flint can be found in rivers and in places like that. So I told him, I said, you know, we could go there and take a look. And he said, well, I've got some rocks here around the house. And I said, okay, well, let's go take a look. So sure enough, we went and took a look and kind of dug around in what he had around the house, and we came up with a nice sized piece like this. I was sitting there and took a river rock that was sitting next to it and was in the process of breaking it up, and he wanted to video it. So I handed him my phone, which he's never really operated before, has no idea where the lens is, and I'll show you a result of that video. Poor guy. He's not used to my phone, so I can't really fault him. You know, it's no big deal. It was an accident. He sent me a text back after I told him, I said it was a useless video when I got to see it. Well, luckily he let me, I was breaking it apart over there, and he let me go ahead and take a piece home, and I took a fire steel I just bought and tried it on it, and it worked. So I sent him back a text letting him know that, yeah, it does work. So, and I told him that I would also make another video. So this is kind of the video here. So hang on just a second, and I got more to tell you. All right, I had to go dig this out. This is my new striker. I picked it up. You see it now. One nice thing about this is you can also strike ferrocerium rod with it. The edges are sharp enough you can do that. But also on this side, I don't know if you can see that or not, a divot that's in it, that's a bearing block. It can be a bearing block for a bow drill. And I had told him about this, and he hadn't seen it, and I was telling him, and this is what prompted the Flint. So this is a pretty cool little pickup here. I picked it up. I also they gave me a little tin. Let me flip that down. That's who it's by. It's Essie. And with the tin, you also get a little plastic laminated card in there that gives survival information, although I pretty much know quite a bit. It's redundant to me, but it's still a good thing to have in there, and I can make this another fire striker tin that I can have. And you also use the little tin to make char cloth with, so that's cool. So anyway, I had that piece of Flint back here, which actually, let me go into a little detail about Flint. Flint is actually over in Europe. That's where the real Flint is. Over here in the States, we have Chert, which goes by the same name, Flint. Anybody that says Flint, it's meaning both of them. So let me show you a little deal I got off of Geological Society about Chert, and I'll let y'all read that real quick. Okay, so that's all about Chert. So actually I'm just going to call it Flint because that's what I've always called it. And I was sitting there breaking it apart at his place using a river rock, which I don't have here. So I had to get something that would help me break it apart. Now normally you can use little hammers to kind of break the edges and do that, and the smallest hammer I've got is a BFH. If you don't know what that is, look it up. This was what I was using. It was a ball peen hammer, pretty good size. So yeah, it's a little bit overkill. And I'll show you some of the video I did when I was breaking it apart. Okay, so that's what I was doing. I was waylaying on that thing with BFH, and it was fun. Like I say, I'm no expert at doing this, and I definitely don't have the tools for it, but I can make it happen. So what I did, and I'll show you here, let me get the camera down, or if it'll cooperate. It's not cooperating. Growl at it some more, maybe it'll cooperate. Okay. Now, this is what I ended up with. Here is 5 viable pieces that can be used, and I actually got 6 out of it. But I told him, I said, I'm keeping this one for my own personal use and for breaking all this apart for him, which he's got quite a few good useful pieces out of it, and it works out pretty good. So yeah, we lucked out and found a good piece of Flint over there at his place. It's all good. You can see it's all good, at least on one side. Some of them got a little bit of an inclusion. Mine's even got a little bit of an inclusion in it, but that's not that big a deal. And some of these are sharp as hell, which is what made them ideal back in the olden days, back when the Native Americans were running prevalent and doing their thing, and they were making arrow heads out of them and axes and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, it works. They work real well as cutting tools. So if nothing else, you can use them to cut with. So you could cut whatever or scrape whatever or do whatever you want to with them. So that's pretty cool. So hang on, let me get the camera back up to where it needs to be. Alright, now I got the camera back up where you can see my ugly face. Hope I don't scare you too bad. So anyway, yeah, we're going to work on that. There's going to be 3 of us going. One guy that's a friend of my buddy's, he's going to go, and he's never done a whole lot of other odd and end stuff, bushcraft and all that. He's been out camping naturally, but nothing like that, but he wants to learn. So I'm going to take him out there and teach him a little bit, and my buddy's going to work on some other odd and end stuff. And I'm hoping, Ron, if you're listening, this is for you. We're coming. And I hope he can meet up with us up there, and we can do some camping and have some good old times and sit around the fire and cook food and what all. So anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to, and I thought I'd show you that fire striker I picked up. Picked up some odd and end other stuff too, but nothing really worth mentioning. Other than that, I thought that was pretty cool. It serves the price. It's a little on the pricey side. I think it was like 27 bucks. So, but I figured, you know, it'll take the place of a few things in my kit. So normally for bow drill, I carry a rock that I've had that has got a divot in it, and so I won't have to carry that, and it'll strike fire and do a bunch of other stuff. So it's a good thing. It was worth it for me. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and I've got some more videos to do. I've got a little more free time on my hands here lately now. I hadn't for well over a year now, but now I've got a little more time, so hopefully I'll get some more videos out. And I've got some stuff I've been using for quite a while. I don't know, I'd have to look back and find out how long I've had it. Now I want to do an update on it and let y'all know about that. So more details later. Y'all have a good one out there. We'll catch you on the next one. Y'all stay safe. Until then, later. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more in the future that I put out, just subscribe. Until then, later.